to the cages over there, because then the ads that would come out would be from here, center. Oh, just do it. Just go ahead and do it. Oh, never mind. Just kidding.
Oh, we're not doing it.
Oh, okay.
Shirley got us. Shirley got us.
Hello everyone, Shirley here. Back again with some more heroic PTR testing. Today we're looking at Soulbinder Naz. I'm not going to try to say his full name. He is the third boss in the new Manaforge Omega raid, and this boss was pretty buggy on PTR, so I'm going to be showing this one in a few chunks and sections and just talking about it a bit. We did kill it, but it doesn't, really matter how we did that. So, first mechanic coming out here, these Unbound Phase Blade ads will spawn all around the room in these set locations in these little glass tanks, and you want to drag the boss in between a couple of them for the first mechanic that comes out, which is that line that targets two random players, and they want to aim that line through these tanks, which will shoot an orb out that breaks the tanks, therefore you can kill the ads inside of them. And we want to do this a few times throughout the fight, otherwise there's going to be a ton of ads. The next mechanic that comes out is these little star debuffs around people. You can see them right here. Now, currently on PTR, you can actually just stack these, and they all, you're safe if you're in the middle, and they spawn these little orbs that shoot out really slowly. You probably won't be able to do that on live, I would imagine, but maybe. But yeah, the orbs that come out are really slow, so as long as you're paying attention, they're not very hard to dodge. It's a bit like Anthrax mechanics with the orbs going around the room. If you do hit them, like I did right there just to test it, it does some damage, pretty hefty damage actually, and it puts a really nasty slow on you. So you don't want to, eat those if you can help it. You can't spell reflect it, as you can see. So as we started the boss at one end of the room to deal with the two sets of ads there, and then we're going to move to the middle of the room where these 4 ads spawn, and then at the far end that you can't see, there's 2 more other sets of 2 ads apiece. So we started on one end, cleared that out, got to the middle here to clear out hopefully 2 here, but if you miss, then you don't break, 2 of these cages. And then in roughly 2 minutes, all the remaining ads that aren't broken out will all break out at once and zerg you basically. And these phase blades and the assassins and stuff do a bunch of melee damage, and the mage ads cast, and you can kick them. It's just a little bit of a AoE bonanza right here, so you can, line up cooldowns around 2 minutes for all this stuff and deal with these. And there's a little bit of decision making when you're breaking the cages, which things you wanted to break, like in the middle, for example. If you wanted more mages or more assassins, it's up to you. If you have a really good kick rotation, for example, you might go for the assassins so they're not just dumpstering your tanks. But otherwise, you could kill the mages, so you don't have to deal with, casters standing out. But the middle ones aren't that big of a deal, regardless. But anyway, after that burn phase, kind of in the middle of the fight there, it just goes back to phase 1, spawns all the ads all over again around the room, and you can just pick where you want to go and break them out and cleave them down. One thing to point out is that these ads, right after they get broken out of their cages, on Heroic anyway, they take 100% increased damage, so you can really funnel into them and, nuke them down. But if you got stuff like Sweeping Strikes on a Warrior, you can funnel that back into the boss for some bonus damage on the boss, so something to look out for there. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire fight. I don't think I'm really forgetting much here at the moment. There's some ticking damage that he does throughout. You just want to move these orbs out, especially during the middle burn phase. You definitely want to run those out. Even if you could stack with them, that would be pretty dangerous, I would imagine, to just have everybody stacked up in the middle there. Cleaving these guys down. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole fight. Now I'm going to clip over to another section of video where you can do something else that's a little bit goofy that, we'll talk about. So the next thing we thought of was, what if we just don't break any of the cages? This is testing and it's heroic, so the idea here was we were just shooting the orbs off into space and avoiding them. And yeah, just stacking up in the middle here around 2 minutes. When all the cages break, as you can see, a big burst of damage goes out from each cage that's broken. So you definitely want to stack some DRs and everything here. And as all the ads come out and start swarming us here, things get pretty spicy. But, with CDs, lust, potions, all your stuff in a nasty AoE spec, you can blow these all up. At least on Heroic right now. All these orb stars come out right here too, so that could be very dangerous if you're trying this. But yeah, if, the tuning doesn't change or anything, I could totally see, people trying to cheese this for heroic at least and, getting some parses, just bonanza AoEing. And you probably would only be able to do this once. I doubt the boss would live long enough to do it twice, doing this strat, but maybe. So yeah, other than that, the boss pretty much just rinse repeats and, eventually falls over. So if you have any questions, leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.